Good afternoon, one and all. We welcome you all to the online workshop on zero investment in achieving health, well-being, and sustainable development through One Health. This is a fundraising program organized for raising funds for girl child's education, as we have received a request from beneficiaries who have approached us for funds. So we thought we can do our best, because we cannot be, everyone has very limited resources. And even though we do our 100% best in the entire world, even if everyone contributes, there is still a lot to be done. So not everything can be done by one person, or even all persons does also. We have a lot of work to do, and what lot of resources are required, because human population explosion as such, because of limited resources and various aspects. We are seeing the dearth of infrastructure, resources, natural and artificial, and facilities. In spite of that, in spite of all these challenges, as we know and we have been witnessing, Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Art Sciences and Wellbeing, even before pandemic and since pandemic, has been organizing programs on a daily basis, which are completely free for everyone across the world. So many participants, presenters, collaborators across the world have joined various programs on a daily basis whenever it is feasible for them. And in that way, this international platform was created with the efforts of volunteers who are professionals from various disciplines who have come together to share the information which is accessible, affordable for everyone. And to make it accessible and affordable, and to bridge the digital divide or digital gap between the haves and have-nots. So this platform has been created and maintained in such a way that there is no need to pay any registration fees for anything or any kind of activity on this platform. So this gives opportunity for everyone, irrespective of their color, gender, caste, creed, religion, ethnicity, background, demographic status, wherever you are. If you are connected to internet, if you have a device that can run the Zoom application, and if you can connect and spend your time and a little bit of energy, then you are part of this wonderful series of programs on this platform. Additionally, you don't require any other resources. So the most important thing is time and energy. Apart from that, other resources are being taken care by the platform. So this platform provides multiple opportunities for everyone, whoever has genuine interest and takes an initiative to come forward and either disseminate information or seeking for information which transforms into knowledge, and when it is applied in the practical areas, adapted to the present situations, it becomes wisdom. And that wisdom contributes to the sustainability of us and as well as the planet. So today, to all those who have contributed, though we have limited this participation to few because we have made it as a workshop, interactive, rather than making it a seminar kind. So the participants have been very much limited. And we also provide other opportunities where you can contribute and also reach out to more audience. So that will provide an ample opportunities. But being a workshop with limited participants, so that it can be more interactive. So first we will take a session. After session is complete, then we can have interactive discussion. Off record, on record, doesn't matter. As long as you are comfortable, you can come and share your thoughts. So that will be at the end of the sessions. So don't worry about the timings. We have enough time as long as we are there on the platform on this day. So let's welcome all the contributors. First, we should express our gratitude to all the contributors who have contributed for the cause. This is not paying for the workshop. Basically, we need to understand that we are not paying because on this platform, everything is free. So no need to pay for anything. This is a cause fundraising event where whatever the contributions we have received, we will be sharing it or we will be dispersing it to the beneficiary. The details and the report will be available at the end of this. So as we wanted to limit this to couple of people, because this is small. So we want to start and see how this mode of raising funds can be seen. So this is an experimental basis how we can raise some funds through the ongoing activities without affecting and by spending our additional time so that someone else can get the benefit of this. So this brief introduction. We have a target of 1,50,000 fundraising, which the beneficiary has approached us. And in that context, we are trying to raise, and the participants who have contributed through their participation, this is only for those who have paid, that is, those who have contributed to the cause. So we have sent them communication. Though there are few, because it is a workshop, we also have restricted it to a few. And our responses are also few. Maybe this is an experimental basis. So we need to have a different way of reaching out our target. It doesn't matter. We have other sources as well. But in this way, the main purpose was to involve everyone so that everyone have that satisfaction of contribution. No matter, it doesn't matter how much we are contributing, but as long as we are contributing, it's fine. Though 100 rupees per person is not a big deal because it is giving if such 100 people join, we can at least contribute to 5 to 10%. At least if 200 people can join, then or 300 people can join, then we would be able to meet the target as well as provide some additional funds so that they can sustain over a period of time. But this on an experimental basis, we are trying it so that how the thing's going to roll out or what are different ways to reach out without going an extra mile and within the same infrastructure. So now, without taking much time, we will continue our session. And today, we have a wonderful resource person with us. Who would be contributing to today's sessions. Basically, we are looking at how simple things in our daily life can contribute and bring a change. And how that change can bring or contribute a difference in the society. So today we have our resource person, Mr. Pradeep, would be taking in detail. And we apologize for the technical delay because there are heavy rains around. So because of that, there is difficulty in connectivity in certain areas. So they might have some difficulty joining. So no need to worry. Anyway, if you have contributed, then you will be getting a contribution certificate, a certificate of appreciation, which includes contribution as such. If you are participating, you will be getting participation certificate. So anyway, in any case, you are appreciated for whatever little effort you have kept it for this cause. So by the time our friends join us in the discussion, in the meanwhile, what we can do is let's discuss on various aspects of development, how we can sustain by using these various simple techniques. So today, basically, there was some technical issue. Our resource person got disconnected. We'll wait for it. In the meanwhile, let's see how the agenda of these days workshop to look at the background on global and Indian context of girls' education and how we can use One Health paradigm or One Health strategy linking education as well as health outcomes. We have seen the midday meals program, which has increased the literacy rate and participation in the schools, because most of these children who are coming from underprivileged backgrounds, from below poverty line and lower income and middle or lower middle income or upper middle income communities. So, where every person of the household is a potential earner, and especially where girls are seen as a second priority than boys, because girls, when they get married, they leave the family. So that's why they are going to contribute to the family to which they will be living. So that is the simple thought. There is no big, this thing that they are preferred lesser or more. The simple thought is when you educate a son, that is, though this is not true, but this is kind of perception where boys get more priority than girls, especially where there is a huge dearth of resources and there is a need to choose. When there is no other choice and need to choose who is going to get the priority, then generally in such low income communities, boys are preferred more than girls because they can become breadwinners by employment through education and they can take care of families. But as girls get married and go to other families, so even if they are educated at the cost of family, so there is a perception, though it's not true, and even if it is true to some extent, but in any case, some other family is also going to be benefited of this. So this is the context on which, without having much investment, you know, we can achieve health, well-being, and sustainable development by finding an alternative ways and means to get the girls or girl childs educated. Now there are various schemes by the state, central governments, and NGOs. If you have a single girl child, entire education is taken care by the central government. There is a scholarship scheme for a single girl child. If a family has a single girl child, irrespective of number of boys in that family, they are eligible for the free education and scholarships. Similarly, even there are other scholarships irrespective of gender where both boys and girls can get scholarships or other financial facilities. So in this way, and not only that, through formal education as well as informal education, we can also reach out to more people, either in organized sector or unorganized sector. So here we are looking at the One Health paradigm and why zero investment strategies are critical for low resource settings. When we are talking about low income communities, we are talking about where there are dearth of resources. So there is either no investment at all or simply a low investment or zero investment, or rarely there is some investment there. So why zero investment strategies are crucial, critical in such communities. And it is also important to connect it to SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, because how much time or how many days you can continue to support them. You have to make them breadwinners, right? You cannot feed bread every day or every mealtime, right? Is it possible? Lifelong? Maybe, may not be. So that's why every person has the potential to earn their own livelihood. That is a basic thing. So now we have to empower them if there are any challenges so that they can sustain themselves. So that is the challenge and that is the goal so that even we can achieve sustainable developments like SDG 3, 4, 5, and 30, and so on. So we'll look at various perspectives like World Health Organization, Food and Agriculture Organization, which is also part of United Nations, and OIE, and various other perspectives. OIE basically deals with animal health because we are talking about one health paradigm. It includes plant health, that is environmental health, animal health, and also human health. So we are overemphasizing on human health and neglecting other things. That's why there is a burden on us in terms of resources also. As environment gets neglected due to climate change and various other issues, our health also gets affected. So we need to invest on health infrastructure. So that's where, you know, where our limited resources get diverted because we need to take care of in a much more sustainable way. So here we will look at few aspects. We'll also look at other aspects like relevance to education and gender equality when we are talking about One Health and human animal environment nexus. And we also look at how education, how empowerment can be possible through education, through the development of cognitive, social, economic, and health domains, and the role of mother tongue and culturally relevant curriculum, and utilizing existing resources, public spaces, peer teaching community volunteers, role of other paradigms where one can contribute. And so on. So here, basically, the role of mother tongue also is very important because when we are talking about affordability and accessibility, the role of mother tongue plays a crucial role because mother tongue is a natural language where there is no need for any other formal or informal training to learn. So when mother tongue education is used in formal education, the outcomes are much better, and which is also culturally relevant, so that it is very easy to understand and also to adapt. And utilizing existing resources, like where we are talking about low income communities, where there are public places, right? Where government lands are there, which can be utilized. And instead of, as there is a dearth of teachers or teaching resources, we can have peer teaching, where one can teach other, especially where one can help others if you are educated, like all of us who can contribute in teaching hours, like we can take up every day or whenever there is feasible. We can plan a strategy, a program, a schedule, and accordingly share our teaching hours. And similarly, digital open access materials are there where we can utilize them, or we can create our own to impart education to the underprivileged, especially girls and women. We can see education as a determinant of health, right? When you are more educated, when you are more aware, basically here education in the sense, when you are knowledgeable, when you are aware of health aspects, then definitely you are going to take care of those aspects. So these aspects will help to reduce health issues. So it will have impact on maternal health, women's health, child health and nutrition, and also mortality rates, and when also the vaccination rates. So this does not limit itself to a generation. It has intergenerational benefits. So these benefits are passed down to the generations and across generation, intersectional as well as cross-sectional. And we have hygiene, sanitation, menstrual health management as part of this, awareness as part of health literacy and behavioral change as part of education, and preventive healthcare awareness, which prevents any burden on the infrastructure as well as don't, because we are referring to low income countries. So when we are talking about zero investment models, it may be for the health as well as education or empowerment or employment. It may be self-employment, or it may be through entrepreneurship. Self-help groups can play a greater role. Community-based learning methods also, like self-help groups teaching literacy, and clubs especially, or associations which impart teaching and also health and nutrition awareness. Like we can see in Kerala, we can see Kudumbashri program, and in UP and Bihar, we can see Mahila Samakyas, and even in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, we have self-help groups, where across the country we can see through different names, people are able to utilize these opportunities, leverage the benefits, and seek empowerment. So we can also have peer-to-peer education involving girls, teaching girls and women. That is, educated girls can teach younger or older ones also through formal or through informal education system setup, or through adult education. And we can also have a synergy of government and public institutions as well as private partnership through volunteers or NGOs or corporates coming into using existing schemes like we have ICDS, Anganwadi, midday meals, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. There are a lot of schemes. Basically, we have a lot of schemes and programs, but the problem is taking them to the grassroots level. And only that doesn't happen only with the government, only by the government. Community involvement is very much essential, along with the government institutionally. Volunteers have to be active, community has to be active, so that there is a constant feedback how they are implemented, what are the challenges, how to improve the program, what is the kind of outcome, and what needs to be done, what else needs to be done to address and prevent such issues in future. So leveraging the existing infrastructure, we can also utilize, say we have government school buildings, college buildings. After primary hours, like after school working hours or college working hours, we can utilize this for informal teaching or classrooms where the underprivileged can be part of the mainstream system. Because generally in the working hours, they might be engaged in some other employment. So to accommodate them, whenever they are free, we need to utilize that time to provide them education so that they can take up both, because there is a challenge to meet financial situations as well as to meet other societal demands and take care of their health and nutrition. So there are magnitudinal problems where we need to address. So that's why wherever there is a problem, everything should start with one step. We cannot jump from bottom to top. And as we go on, we have to face the challenges and address these. So we also need to concentrate on environment, especially slums. We see a lot of slums, there are no lack of proper resources. So there, what happens? There is a great scope for diseases, for sanitation issues are there, and lack of adequate water, lighting, air, quality also comes down, and there is lack of proper sanitation, sewerage, and drinking supply, and more crowded because whatever the space within the available space, they need to accommodate themselves. And in a very small area, you can see hundreds or thousands of houses or families living together in a very small area. And, like temporary huts or something, whatever is available, they get it and they be part of it, right? So in such circumstances, how do we address? So there are a lot of issues that can be possible only through education, through environmental awareness, like waste segregation, because there is a lot of waste that is generated. Now, how do they dispose? Because they are not recognized. That layout is not recognized, the dwelling is not recognized. So government is not going to come and provide services because that land either belongs to some government or private area. And these people come and they make temporary settlements And so they cannot be officially included because that they do not have the ownership. And that's a temporary facility. Sometimes or most of the times they do not even take the permission of the owner. That also creates a lot of issues. There will be law and order problem because you cannot encroach into someone's property, that to private property, and occupy it. Even for temporary reason, you should have come through a proper channel. But even that is not happening, and over a period of time, you get emotionally, socially attached, and you are at the time when owner comes back to utilize it for some purpose, again there is a huge tussle between the both. So if we see ethically, legally, morally also, that slum or dwelling does not belong to them, right? Even legally also. But we can, at the same time, at the human aspect, we cannot also displace them just like that without showing them alternative. This is a major problem that happens. Why? Because this whatever immigration happens or migration happens, that doesn't happen officially. When someone reports to concerned authority and applies for some dwelling where government can allot some temporary place where they can stay so that government can take care of the other aspects. But here, the entire situation will be different. So we need to address those things like waste. The first thing when people are there, even human waste is there. And whatever they are generating. So now waste disposal, waste segregation is an issue, and water. So there will be no water supply there because it is an land, empty land, and there is nothing planned over there as such at that point. Perfect. So there will be no water supply or there will be no sewerage or drainage supply to take out the sewerage or drainage to the mainstream. Now, where that entire waste that is generated will go, that will cause a lot of issues. And availability of clean water, that also becomes problem. And for us, it is very much essential to maintain the greenery because when we are releasing carbon dioxide, and it is also equally important to have some trees plantation where that carbon dioxide is consumed by something else so that we get enough oxygen. So we need to take care of our nature environment through plantation of trees. Tree plantation is essential where the carbon dioxide released by us is taken by the plants and then plants release oxygen which can be consumed by us. We need to have certain sustainability models, but here we can see there is lack of space, dearth of space, and every millimeter or every centimeter of that area has a great demand. So in that area, it is not possible to have plantation. So that also creates a situation where the temperature rises in that area, and because of lack of greenery, various other issues also persist. And there might be deforestation, especially if it is in the forest areas, or otherwise also whatever greenery was there that is being desertified or that is being removed for the human habitation, whether it is legal or illegal. So these are the various issues are there we need to address. So how we can promote this kind of awareness is having environmental clubs, animal welfare clubs, where apart from human health anyway, it is part of curriculum. And more specifically, emphasized on human health. So what else is required is environmental health and plant, including plant health and animal health. So we can have a clubs, environment clubs, animal welfare clubs, or committees in schools, colleges, universities, or even for that matter in corporates, where they can adopt some schools, come forward and contribute to it. And we need to focus on creating kitchen gardens or community gardens in schools. Generally, we are talking about government schools, but even in private schools also. Wherever there are some open land with the permission of the owner, whether it may be government or a private individual, we can collaborate with them and have some plantation instead of leaving it as it is. We can raise some greenery through which it is beneficial to the environment. At the same time, if we can have some cultivation there, right, some kind of flowers or fruits which can increase the biodiversity of that particular area so that other things can thrive. This can be taken care temporarily or permanently. Even the produce, if you are planting some fruit trees, vegetable trees or plants, whatever the produce, even fruits, trees or plants, you get output from them, such gardens, right? It may be flowers, fruits, vegetables that can be consumed, pesticides free. We can have organic, natural way of farming. So that can be used in the schools, colleges, messes where, food is prepared for the children, for the staff. So in that way, they know what is the resources, what are the resources and what are the kind of efforts that is required so that they can be part in conservation, especially sustainable development. By going through this, they will also understand how important it is, how difficult it is, or how simple it is, and what are various challenges when children, when students, when community members see themselves, what are the efforts to raise the food we eat, they will be more responsible, they will be more accountable. So promotion, this also will lead to promotion of local seasonal foods. Now, every season has its own variety of fruits, flowers, vegetables, and so on, right? So that will be abundant, available fresh, and are the right crops or plantation in that particular season. So in that season, it will be, there is no need of transport, there is no need of storage, there is no need of marketing. Whatever locally it is available, that is available fresh, right, from the farm to your home or office or college institution. You can procure them so that they also get benefited. When they sell their produce, they are also economically empowered so that they can use them for socio-economic and literacy empowerment. And also, you will get fresh produce. So in that way, self-sustainable communities, self-sustainable villages, self-sustainable cities should develop and simple modules on rabies, dengue, COVID-19 prevention and other epidemics, endemics, pandemics will help us to be prepared. So basically, when we are talking about these, we are talking about zoonotic diseases. These are diseases that are transmitted from animal to human because we are interacting with them through hunting, sport, or through meat consumption. So that's why try to avoid meat consumption as much as possible. Try to shift to vegan lifestyle because that helps a lot. You are not able to do, try to minimize or ensure that whatever the best thing we can do, contribute, we can do it in more humane way. We have various examples which we can give, like from Rajasthan, the Girls Literacy Program, which is an integrated with nutritional awareness without any additional funding, is one such with zero funding, right? I mean, zero funding doesn't mean that it is always there is nothing to invest. There are some basic elements that still needs to be invested, though not in the form of money, but in the form of time, energy, and utilizing the best available resources. That is where we can generate the optimum utilization of existing resources. Even in Assam, we have school-led community campaign on clean water and malaria prevention. In tribal Odisha, mother tongue education linked with the traditional herbs and herbal medicine knowledge for preservation or preventive health culture. So we have tribal areas also with indigenous languages. And apart from that, there are various challenges as we have already discussed, like social barriers, cultural barriers, and social structures that sometimes act power politics, language politics, and so on. And infrastructure, technology, digital divide, and all these kinds of gaps are there, including policy, program implementation, lack of policy in the very first place itself. Either there are certain programs or programs not properly organized or implemented, and low cost interventions because there is a dearth of resources. To implement, we can have a very good plan, but if we don't have resources now, who is going to implement? How that is going to implement? How effective that could be? All has to be thought beforehand. So here we are trying to use existing resources, whatever it is available within the community. So it was more comfortable. So we need to have policy recommendations to mainstream One Health into school curriculum. So not just focusing on human health, but also animal health, plant health, and environment health, and strengthen linkages between Ministry of Education, Health, Environment, Climate Change, Forests, and so on, and promote open educational resources in regional languages so that the students can understand better. You can see, and many times there are various studies that suggested that when education is imparted through mother tongue education, there are always better outcomes. And when the education is imparted to some other language, then even the impact is also quite different. There are different strategies here. One thing is they don't understand, or they are very specific about what they require, and that can create a turnout. So reaffirm the role of girls' education in whatever settings it may be, in whatever way we can, and proper awareness and education periodically in sustainable health and development practices, zero investment community driven approaches, which are scalable and sustainable, can be the solution. In alignment with the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, particularly SDG 3, good health and well-being, SDG 4, quality education, SDG 5, gender equality, SDG 5, gender equality, and SDG 13, climate action, and many more sustainable development goals that emphasizes that empowering girls, which is half of the population of the planet, through education is not just a moral imperative, but also a practical, cost-effective to sustainable development. So One Health approach, which is a transdisciplinary approach or paradigm or a framework which recognizes the intrinsic links between animal health, human health, and environment health. This gives a scope for multidisciplinary research and multidisciplinary approaches which advocates coordinated and collaborative action across sectors and disciplines such as human health, public health, veterinary medicine, modern medicine, environmental sciences, education, and so on to prevent disease, promote well-being, and sustain ecosystems. World Health Organization, Food and Agriculture Organization, World Organization for Animal Health, and various organizations highlight that over 60% of the emerging infectious diseases in humans are zoonotic, that is, from plants to animals. So here, integrating One Health into education, especially girls' education, ensures that young women are not only academically literate, but also equipped with practical knowledge. So safe water and sanitation, waste management, sustainable agriculture, prevention of zoonotic diseases, like safe water and sanitation, waste management, sustainable development through sustainable practices like sustainable agriculture, sustainable production, sustainable consumption, and prevention of zoonotic diseases to prevent endemics, pandemics, epidemics, and climate change adaptation. Because of all these, there is a change in climate. And we need to adapt so that we can thrive and survive. So when girls are educated in these areas, they become agents of health and sustainability within the families. And so empowerment happens in a multidisciplinary dimensions or interconnected dimensions through education with cognitive empowerment, social empowerment, economic empowerment, health empowerment, and various other aspects. Women are twice as likely to seek medical care for themselves and their children and are more likely to vaccinate their children who are educated. Moreover, mother's education level is a strong predictor of child survival and health outcomes. So here, cognitive empowerment refers to acquiring literacy, numeracy, scientific knowledge, including health and environmental sciences. Social empowerment refers to building confidence to participate in community decision making, leadership roles, and advocacy. Economic empowerment refers to gaining skills and improve employability, leading to financial independence and induce poverty cycle. And now, as we have already seen, zero investment strategies, which are innovative, low cost approaches that rely on existing resources and infrastructure and knowledge systems rather than requiring new funding. This emphasis is on resource optimization, community participation, and knowledge sharing. Community volunteers as educators, we can see that in every state, for example, in rural Madhya Pradesh, retired teachers and literate mothers conduct after school sessions in community halls. In Jharkhand, classrooms are used for school hours for women's literacy programs. It's no additional task. So the benefits of educating girls extend beyond their own lives to future generations, as we have seen in brief. Children of educated mothers have higher school attendance rates. Household nutrition diversity improves when women are knowledgeable about balanced diets. Women with education are more likely to reject harmful practices such as child marriage or open defecation, and so on. So, in tribal areas of Odisha, mother tongue language based education has empowered women to pass on both literacy and traditional economic, ecological knowledge. And improving community health practices for safe herbal remedies and sustainable farming. We can use traditional knowledge integration with zero investment indication also means valuing existing community knowledge and community resources. So herbal medical knowledge in Northeast India, for example, can be passed to the on to the girls alongside the scientific lessons of. And sustainable learning through sustainable farming practices taught by women, especially in Maharashtra's drought-prone area, help girls understand soil health, water conservation, and nutrition. So, indigenous games and songs, especially in various states, like even in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, everywhere we see a lot of indigenous games that are incorporated, which have a lot of education, health and hygiene, safety messages, which are imbibed into that cultural practice. It may be a stage show or a lecture, whatever it is. Limit yourself. Plastic is another greatest challenge. So, plastic free campaigns are to be organized in communities. Like girls in Assam have led Bring Your Bag movement in local markets, drastically reducing single use plastics in their villages. Similarly, with small things we all can also incorporate, and food systems directly link human health with environmental sustainability, like school kitchen gardens in Odisha schools use vacant lands to grow vegetables, involving girls in composting and organic pest control. This provides fresh produce for midday meals, reducing reliance on external supplies and encouraging local customs, traditions, and festivals. In Maharashtra, girls groups organize exhibitions of millet based recipes, reviving traditions, climate resilient crops. See, we have very rich culture and traditions, including language, but We need to focus on them for their promotion, conservation, as well as protection. Through animal welfare clubs and committees, animal husbandry awareness in the form of education. We can see in Jharkhand, adults and girls learn the basics of poultry and goat care and cattle care, helping prevent zoonotic diseases while improving household nutrition. By selling them, it generates additional income. And we have various campaigns which Mr. Pradeep will be focusing on, like rabies awareness campaigns. In Karnataka, girls created street plates explaining the importance of dog vaccination and safe animal handling. Uh, in every place it happens, especially if you where there is a significant awareness and publicity in media. I am taking few from them. When mosquito control devices, livestock health education. In Gujarat, adults and girls are trained to identify signs of foot and mouth disease and report them to local veterinary workers. So, in this way, schools, college students can be empowered, especially girls, because they will have additional involvement, additional say in various activities, and they can also make their livelihood for part of time as a part time or full time while studying. They can also support their families or promote entrepreneurship and also climate resilient and disaster preparedness like cyclone preparedness training, heat waves awareness. In Telangana schools, lessons were integrated on hydration, cooling techniques, and crop protection during extreme events, and forest fire protection. In Himachal Pradesh, girls participate in awareness walks, teaching villagers on how to reduce fire risk through controlled grazing and fire breaks. So all these, have an impact. So this can be possible only through awareness and education. So One Health paradigm creates different measurable pathways like health outcomes, environmental outcomes, financial outcomes, economical outcomes, social outcomes. Like, for example, in Kerala, the integration of environmental and health literacy into girls' education has led to both improved waste management and increased vaccination coverage, demonstrating the intertwined benefits of One Health in practice. And there are also a lot of studies we'll also look into in coming workshops and programs. Now I will hand over the session to Mr. Pradeep. He is an animal activist, an animal welfare activist. He is into One Health paradigm promoting, and he is also into sustainable development practices through animal welfare. He also advocates for animal welfare, animal rights, animal protection, animal conservation, and promotes and creates awareness and also assists in animal welfare clubs in communities, colleges, schools. So we welcome Mr. Pradeep to unmute yourself, start your video and presentation. You're not audible, Pradeep. Still, we can't hear you. Others we can hear, then just not yet. You can try reconnecting to your audio. Still, you are not audible. So by the time Mr. Pradeep fixes his audio, so there is one information to everyone. So this is open, for that matter, any program is open for everyone. So this through a fundraising campaign, this event is being organized. So those who have already contributed, fine, or those who have not contributed, you can contribute. You have the details, and all these contributions will go to the girls' education because each member is contributing 100 rupees. That's a very small amount. You can also encourage your friends and colleagues also. This session will be live. You can watch the recorded session and contribute and let us know. So we can issue a certificate of appreciation for your contribution of time and a little monetary effort. Yeah, Pradeep, are you ready? We can't hear you even now. We can't hear you. Yeah. Because of heavy rains at many places, there are some technical glitches. So those who have made your contributions, you can make your receipts to the email address. You hope everyone got a mail. So to the same email, you can send your details, your name, your designation, your organization, as you want in the certificates. On the certificates, once we receive details and your receipt through email, we'll prepare your certificates and we will send you through email. So it is also important that you send your receipts because we see some haven't filled the details properly in the Google form. There are no payment details in some forms. So if you have made payment, then or contribution, you can just send an email so that we'll check it and issue the certificates. As early as possible. So we'll wait, we'll give you 1 day or so to complete. So whoever is sending their receipts along with their details will verify them and we will issue certificates. So if you want your friends also, you can encourage them, you can ask them, you can ask them to watch on YouTube. We have shared the YouTube link. They can watch there and they can send us feedback and we'll be able to and we'll be happy also to acknowledge the participation and as a token of gratitude can issue a certificate. Pradeep, we can see you, but again, same issue with audio. Can't hear you. What about others? You can respond in chat box. You're still not audible, ma'am. Okay, if you have any, while Pradeep resumes or starts his session, no, we, as already informed, due to climatic conditions and rains, there is technical difficulty over there with connectivity. But most of the things are covered, and he will be focusing in depth and make it more interactive.
Uh, Hello, Ravinder sir.
Uh,
Sorry for interruption, sir. There is a problem with the laptop audio, so I'll have just log in through my mobile. I hope now I'm audible to everyone, sir.
yeah, it's loud and clear. Please
Yes.
continue.
Uh, Hello, everyone. Very good evening, one and all. I'm very sorry because there is a technical disruption, and that's the reason I can't able to communicate properly. I hope now it's audible. So today I'm going to talk about how humans can benefit through the companionship of animals. Ravinder sir, if you don't mind, can you share the PDF file I have sent you, sir, through your email?
Okay, Pradeep, you continue with your session. Once it is ready, I will let you. I will download and open.
Okay. So normally when we talk about animals, we actually have a lot of when we see any small calf, baby calf running here and there during our good childhood days, we actually have a lot of like fondness, something like, and we feel pleasantness when it jumps over here and there. Similarly, when we see a puppy also, we got the same thing. So animals, we have almost several thousand years, we have a companionship, and moreover, they actually help in many ways, and maybe physically, mentally, and emotionally. So today I'm going to talk about the how we can benefit the companionship of animals. So before going to the further session, a small things which I need to say. Please unmute your, I mean, please keep your mobile phone in silent mode. And if you are like if you are any place which is a distraction, please find a suitable place so that where there is a no distraction so that you can experience the session more. And if you have got a pen and paper, you can have a note of it. Uh, Moving further ahead. Sir, can you move, navigate the slide, sir? Next slide, sir. Thanks a lot. So, we have mentioned that as a humans, we have a special bond with animals from very long years. It's approximately about thousands of years. And companionship goes beyond pets. Not only pet animals, we have many things. We have a cow, like companion animals. We talk about cow, and also we have talked about equinox, horses also. So broadly, they categorize includes service animals. So these are the service animals are nothing but animals which assist people with uh, visually impaired, like who are not able to see properly. So these service animals help them to make their life easier, and they guide them. And we have the therapy animals. So therapy animals are nothing but when someone faces any problem like mental health disorder, emotional problems. So these therapy animals help us to make them more calm and resilience. There are some specially trained animals. Mostly they use like cats, dogs, and special cases like equinox, like horses. And we have emotional support animals. And likewise, therapy animals, emotional support animals will be there. So such as people suffer from emotional things like a heartbreak or any other uh, emotional problems, which includes like mental health issues, primarily PTSD or anger, frustration. So such cases, uh, emotional support of animals will regulate I mean, it will help them to lower the stress levels. At the same time, it can pacify them and get back to the normal state. So we are going to explore how these relationships improve human life. Uh, Next slide, sir. So when you talk about the emotional benefits of animals, you can see in the picture a person holding on the dog, and he was so happy, and the dog is also giving a handshake. And you can also see a woman who is seeing a fish. Fishes also in the aquarium. When we see fishes in the aquarium, we actually experience some sort of calmness, pleasantness, and they're also like a therapeutic, like they're moving in the here and there. So it makes us a lot of things. And when you see about a cat, like a cute cat or a kitten jumping here and there, and like comes towards you and provides a lot of care and emotional well-being to you. So you can see this person over there. And the fourth one, I don't recommend like keeping an animal, bird in a cage, because maybe we feel that okay, they are might having a good life, but it's not that. So, but when you see a bird, uh, early hours, when you see in the morning hours, you can see that the pleasantness of the birds, like chimping, the bird chimping, humming of the birds. We mesmerized by their pleasantness of the mornings, right? And we have the like we saw a lot of other animals. Like when you see any, when you are going to any place, especially when you are going to the forest area or any other things, when you see about squirrels or any other small animals, so jumping here and there. So we actually, knowingly or unknowingly, we find it like a lot of happiness and joy in them. So we get a lot of emotional benefits from the animals by observing them, And at the same time, some actually we raise them as pets also, especially dogs, most commonly speaking, dogs and cats. So when we observe them, like he moving here and then through the funniness, so they like when they play with you, like when you're going to take a walk, or when when you ask your dog to get you throw a simple toy towards them and you ask them to get it. So you can observe them like there is a lot of sense of happiness also when the dog is here getting the toy and everything. And also when you have any hectic day of your work schedule, so you get tired and you want to have a rest. And like once you can see your pet animal, like any dog, like it could be a cat or a dog, so you can see that how for curiously they always try to mimic you, like to ask you for to take for a walk. Just having a 10-minute walk with your pet, it regulates your emotional wellness and well-being. Next slide, sir. And when talking about the physical health benefits, there are a lot of physical health benefits when we are having a pet. It gradually reduces our blood pressure. Like nowadays, due to the modern day hustle and bustle of the work schedules and more the fast-paced life environment, many of them are having a blood pressure problems. So and cholesterol because of their unhealthy and eating habits, so unhealthy lifestyle. So having a pet will lowers your blood pressure and cholesterol, and at the same time encourages your physical activity. Having a pet means you also have to take some responsibility. Like every day you have to take him to a walk because it will get boredom. Like if you're not taking to the pet you to walk, it will get boredom, and you started to uh, go here and there and try to get its toys and or else try to get some other things. And it's just in a playful activity will try to communicate with you that hey, I want to go for a walk. And trust me, when you are going with your having a walk with your dog, it's definitely it is helpful for you because you will also getting exercise by that time. And at the same time uh, having a you'll also get to meet new friends at the time, because having a pet you can also get develop your communication also, and strengthens immunity exposure to microbes and boosts it is also it helps us to boost our immune system and prevent us from exposure to a lot of microbes and against microbes or any other things. Having a pet both physically and mentally is beneficial to us. Next slide, sir. Mental health support. As I mentioned previously in my first slide about the therapy animals. Normally, therapy animals, these are specially trained dogs, especially maybe, I mean, dogs and cats also some. So they help in coping depression. Nowadays, modern days, technology, gadgets, modern day work life work life imbalance and also pressure. So these are also there is a lot of mental health problems are increasing day to day. So therapy animals, unlike other dogs or unlike other animals, they help us to cope our depression and PTSD, and children who are suffering from autism and any special disorders. So these therapy animals play a major role uh, in regulating their emotional resilience and calming down, and routine and responsibility. Like having if you have a therapy dog or a pet and all, so it will regulate some sort of routine every daily morning. If you have a pet, you have to go to A walk, you mean to, I mean to say, you have to take him to a walk. So it will develop as a routine. Okay, every day at 8:30 or maybe 7 o'clock or 8:30, I have to take my dog to a walk. So it becomes in your routine, and also it will also take a responsibility towards it. So which in undoubtedly improves your mental stability and improved mood, since you are actually interacting with a therapy dog, and they're having a very calm and docile dogs, and normally they're not aggressive and they're very docile. So which actually regulates your mood, and also this playful interaction with them sparks your joy. Next slide, sir. When we talk about the coming to the social benefits, they actually improves our social skills. Pets are a conversation starters. Let's say, for example, if you are taking a dog, your pet dog to your walk, and you notice in your neighborhood that someone from your community comes to you and greet you and sees your dog and says that, "Hello, your dog seems to be very beautiful, and can I pet it?" So there, that short one communication, which will develop. It is a basis for the conversation starter. So then after that you become friends, and they also want to communicate, like want to take your dog for a walk or something, and so a lot you become friends with them. So having a pet will definitely improve your social skills, and also improve your social circle as well, and builds empathy. So when you have a dog and you understand its well-being, you are very kind towards it. And at the same time, when you are understanding a voiceless creature, you will definitely understand another living being also. You tend to be calm, you tend to be assertive, and you understand others. And at the same time, community building. Having a pet with you, most of the university or any other public park areas, we organize a lot of dog friendly or pet friendly events. So you develop a community uh, by going to this sessions, pet friendly or occasions. So you become more of a community building. Next slide, sir. Service and emotional support of animals. Right, when we talk about it, till now we have seen about the therapy dogs, and also the physical and emotional benefits of a dog, and also social benefits of a dog. And now we are going to talk about service and emotional support of animals. How the service and emotional support of animals is beneficial for us. So we talk about guide dogs, guard dogs. These like guide dogs are specially designed for people who are visually impaired, who can't see, they're totally blind, and so doing their not normal work becomes a Herculean task for them. So these guide dogs help them in making their routine simpler, and at the same time will be there with them like a friend. I mean, it may be a voiceless creature, but they understand them. They support them in their daily routine, workplace, and also assist them in crossing the traffic road. So, and many other household work like going to the market or getting other things to be done. And so they guide them for their work. So that's the reason they are called as guide dogs. And we have the hearing dogs. These are exclusively designed for people who are can't hear. So they're exclusively for them. And we have medical alert animals. So normally when we see any people, we experience the uh, emotional problems, mental health issues. So they have sudden seizures, and some are actually having like if someone suffers from physical health ailments like sugar. I mean, sugar levels get down. So at that the glucose levels get down. So at that time, these animals they will access a medical alert. So they tend to calm them. At the same time, they'll they'll reach out to the nearest people by communicating through a bar and ensuring their safety and well-being. And also emotional support of animals. These animals create calm, reduces the anxiety, and also understand the seasons and reduces them. The coping mechanisms they will develop. Next slide, sir. So here are the real life stories I would like to share. So it's a video. Praveen sir, would you mind? Can you play this video, sir? I think it's not. Sir, in the email there is a video, sir. So before the video plays, I'll explain about the in general. So there was a person who actually works in a farm. He lives along with his family. He got two daughters over there. Suddenly, one day, he was not able to like he was not able to see properly the things. Slowly, his vision started to decrease rapidly. Yeah, thanks a lot, sir.
Guide dog owner Scott speaks.
Before I had Milo, I was stuck in the house, contemplating a lot of horrible things. What was the point of me being here because I'm absolutely useless? And I'm now on the Paralympic potential team for Los Angeles in 2028.
Golden Retriever Milo walks next to owner Scott in his guide dog harness.
When I was growing up, I really wanted to be a farmer.
Pictures of both Scott's wedding and Scott tending to a cow on the farm.
I decided to take the plunge, and then I was actually on the farm working, and then I was in the milking parlour and I had a big huge bleed in my eye.
Scott's wife, Amanda, speaks.
We thought, it's okay, we'll take you to the hospital, we'll get this fixed, it'll be fine, we'll have surgery, but he never went back to the farm.
An old picture of Scott stood next to his family.
I lost everything. I lost the ability to be Scott, the confident, independent Scott.
Scott, Amanda and their two daughters sit outside on the patio, talking to each other while Milo wanders about.
I lost the ability to be a dad. I couldn't be a dad properly anymore to my two daughters, Grace and Darcy. I felt scared of places, and I'd gone from being in hundreds of acres of land out on the farm.
Aerial footage of cows eating grass on a farm.
Out every day in the fresh air to sitting inside four walls, not being able to do anything.
I felt gutted for Scott and us as a family that this was happening to us and to Scott. I remember Scott being up in the night crying because he didn't want his life to be like that. I think he used to kind of wait till the night time to get sad because he didn't want to show the girls he was sad.
A more recent photo of Scott and his family posing with parrots.
I didn't know nothing about guide dogs. I knew nothing about the sport that was out there. I didn't realise all the different people that were out there to help me until I picked up the phone and got in contact.
Scott and his daughters play with Milo in the garden.
when he had the phone call to say, would you like Milo as your guide dog? Oh, I cannot describe how Scott was. He cried happy tears, and they're the first happy tears he'd cried for a long time.
In the garden, Milo chases a toy, running past Scott.
He's physically saved my life on the streets from getting kind of knocked over or lost. He saved my life from bad mental health. He is a life changer in more ways than one, and it is really good to be able just to do the normal things that a dad would do, take the kids to the park, go for little things like coffee, milkshake, a walk, just to get out of the house.
Scott and Milo head to Keele University campus together, where Scott works on a laptop as Milo lays calmly at his feet.
We took a huge step into going to Keele University to do a graduate certificate in counselling. We've passed that now, and now we're on the master's degree in counselling and psychotherapy.
Scott leads an observed counselling session at his university.
I really want to help people that were struggling like the way I was, because I was left in a dark place for quite a while without anyone to turn to.
Scott spars with another judo athlete at Paralympic Potential Squad training.
Alongside that, I started training judo, with Milo giving me all this confidence.
The judo instructor shouts instructions to his students.
Okay, let's jog it around in pairs. Don't leave, go behind the 10, please.
I love it. As soon as I step onto the judo mats, my disability kind of disappears completely.
Scott looks through family photos on an iPad with daughter Darcy.
Milo has had a huge impact on us as a family, mainly how Scott feels about himself as well. Milo has given him so much confidence that he had lost with sight loss. Milo's given him that confidence back. And I know ultimately Scott is the person that's getting himself to judo. Scott is the person that's getting himself to uni. Milo's made him happy again, and the girls are happy.
Scott and Milo arrive at Keele University gym for a training session, where they're met by two instructors.
When I was back in that place, I wouldn't have thought I'd be stepping out my front door on my own again.
Scott exercises in the gym.
It's strange trying to kind of comprehend where I am now to where I was. I would never have dreamt it. I would never have dreamt it at all.
At the National Judo Centre, Scott trains with another athlete and enjoys his time at the centre. The Guide Dogs logo.
Guide Dogs.
So that was one interesting story, and also that was a life-changing situation which has happened between Scott and the guide dog Milo. So I hope that was a very informative video for everyone. So here in the video, Scott was working as a farmer, and one day suddenly loses his vision. So at the same time, slowly he, not with the vision, he lost his confidence too. So he was not aware about this guide dogs. So somehow he get in contact with one of the person. So he heard about Milo. So the moment Milo steps into the Scott life, there was tremendous shifts was happened. He picked up his confidence. At the same time, he pursued his masters in counseling. At the same time, he was, he joined in is enrolled in judo as a para athletics with the 2050. He was trying to attend the judo classes also. So all by this is Milo presence has a huge impact on the Scott's family. So that was a quite informative video. Now let's coming to the slides. Sir, would you mind, can you share the slides, sir? Thanks a lot, sir. So the science behind the bond is like science behind with the human and animal bond is various studies have showed having pets can make our life longer, and at the same time MRI scans proves that there was a mutual joy in human and animal interaction when you interact with a pet or a, I mean, it could be anything, or even a community dog also. Uh, you can see the subtle differences, the way you communicating, and at the same time, you'll feel like the bad moment. You can feel like a joy and happiness. That's an I'm I mean to say you have to experience it. It's not an saying it as in a words, but it is has to be felt and experienced. Next slide, sir. So, in conclusion, I would like to share that animal companionship is it's like a mathematical statement. I meant to say. So, animal companionship is equal to emotional, physical, and social well-being. It's an overall congregation of emotional well-being, physical well-being, and social well-being. And a pet's love is unconditional, healing, and also it's a life-changing. And finally, uh, there was a quote actually stated by the renowned person who states that until you have loved an animal, part of your soul will have remained dormant. So that's all. Uh, I would like to end this presentation, and thanks a lot everyone for hearing me with a lot of patience, and also so that if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And, thanks a lot, Ravinder sir, for making me a part of this fundraising event. It really means a lot, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, Pradeep, for very insightful, thoughtful presentation. No, zero investment, when we call about zero investment, is without requiring additional investment, utilizing our own resources to the fullest potential, achieving our health, well-being, and development. So Pradeep's presentation has given insights on how utilizing our own resources within our community, like animals, pets, especially pets, or animals, or plants, or trees, we can create our own happiness and well-being. As we have seen, they get we get immense benefit from them, materialistic and non-materialistic, psychological, social, emotional. So in this way, we can improve our health and well-being. So this gives us, immense benefits in terms of increase in productivity and engagement within the communities, within ourselves. That gives ample opportunities for everyone to be part of this. So on an experimental basis, we have organized this workshop. So we will be coming up with more such workshops as part of fundraising campaigns. And apart from that, we have every day 6 to 8. We have free programs that are, this is also free. Basically, you need not pay anything for the program. But as part of a little contribution from your side to the cause, we have used this program as a media, Otherwise, also every day we have programs happening from 6 to 8. The same joining link, you can keep join, and you can also share your knowledge, expertise here, like Pradeep continues to do so. He's very much associated with us and he is very much active in over a decade of time in animal welfare. Now he's into financial management also. So you can utilize the services of Pradeep if you are looking at some opportunities where you can engage yourself in animal or plant or any related activities related to animal welfare or environment, nature, and so on. So with this, we shall conclude our today's session, and those who have participated will be getting a participation certificate, and those who have contributed will be provided with a contribution certificate without participation. So in any case, once we receive your receipts through email, we have sent you an email. Once we receive them, we have sent an email. Kindly check your inboxes. The registration form you filled has the email address which you have provided. To the same email address, we have sent you an email. Kindly send your details along with your payment receipt, that is contribution receipt, so that we can generate certificates in a day and two, and we can send you an email in a day or two. So thank you everyone for contributing whatever little contribution we were able to raise today as part of the campaign, but we have immense satisfaction. But whatever little or big contribution always stands as a contribution. So we'll continue to organize more such. You can also be part of it, and let's spread this word so that we can raise more funds for the education. Though we have a very big target, we'll explore other ways also where we can meet the beneficiaries' needs. So thank you once again. We express our heartfelt gratitude to each and everyone for being part of this session. And we also especially thank Mr. Pradeep for being part of this and contributing his knowledge and insights on this topic and making it more memorable and insightful. So once again, we wish you all the success for your endeavors, and a token of appreciation will follow once we receive details from your end. So thank you everyone, and let's keep our journey continuing with more and more engagement in coming days. So take care. Good night. Those who have not filled the registration form are requested to fill it so that we can have details. And you can send the receipts through email, contribution receipt. We'll prepare your certificate, contribution certificate, and we will send you. So we are closing now. Thanks once again for your valuable time and patience.